location. Once there, we're on standby until the assault begins.
Course to the courts and province secured. Courageous, full speed ahead.
Speaking from on board the Courageous, we have come to arrest Duke Bareahard on suspicion of ordering the destruction and razing of Celtic. Please surrender peacefully!
Back off!
Be careful!
Too bad.
I'll handle this. I'll handle this.
This is bad.
Very well. I'll help.
Too bad.
Very well. Allow me.
This is bad.
Burn to ash! Bring it on! Set off!
My turn. I'll help.
Too bad.
My turn.
Burn to ash!
It's working! Keep it up! This is bad.
Bring it on! Is that all? Now! Gotcha!
I'll handle this. I'll help.
Burn to ash!
My turn. Allow me.
Bring it on! Is that all?
Too bad.
Very well. I'll help.
Burn to ash! Now! Gotcha!
That's it! Just a little more!
My turn. I'll help.
Gotcha!
I'll handle this. Allow me.
Let's go! My sword will cleave open the way!
You're not out yet. Keep going.
Burn to ash! Let's go!
Follow me.
Leave it to me! Sacred Flame!
This can't be happening.
That was
He did it.
Nice work, Green.
This is bad. Watch out, Rain! Pushing her Soldat for that kind of speed put a huge strain on its orbital engine. At this rate, the same thing that happened with B's gonna happen here too.
I won't let that happen.
I'm not going to stand back and allow anyone else to die. Not if I have the power to stop it. We're doing this, Valimar!
Acknowledge.
Green!
There really is no end to your recklessness. Is that her Soldat's cockpit?
Yeah, looks like I managed to separate it in time. I want to check to see if she's alright in there just in case, though.
You put on a good show, Green. All right, everyone. We're going in.
Right! We need to do this while Dad and the others are keeping the soldiers from the fort occupied.
We'll check if everything is clear inside. Follow when you can.
I will. Take care, everyone.
Our objective is to infiltrate the fortress and apprehend my father, Duke Bareahard. Remain on guard at all times.
Let's hurry!
Class 7, Group A, advance into the fortress!
How is she, Valimar?
I detect vital readings from inside. Her life appears to be in no danger.
This should do it.
Are you okay? Sorry, but I wasn't about to let that happen. I can't pretend to know everything about the life that you've led. But based on what I do know, I don't believe it's okay for that life to come to an end like this. Accept justice for what you've done, and then find a way to atone for your crimes. Looks like she passed out. Still, I'm glad I made it in time.
Same here.
It's Ordine!
How long have you been there?
Oh, how cute! Did you come because you were all worried about your friend?
You got me. Still, I wasn't expecting you to try a bet with stakes quite that high. Did you even stop to think for 1 second about what would happen if you got caught in that explosion?
I wasn't thinking at all, to be honest. Still, if I can't win a bet like that, what chance do I have of winning against you? Right, Crow?
Fair enough. Well, thanks. Oh, and reinforcing your weapon with Zemirian ores, not a bad idea. Just know that you're gonna need to do more than reinforce some old sword to match up to Ordine. So, keep working your way through those trials. Oh, and that was some fine work you did making it, George. Can't wait to see what the final product looks like.
I think you'll like what you see.
As for the two of you, Toa and Angelica, looks like you've really gotten the hang of flying that thing. I don't think there are many students out there who can learn to handle a cutting-edge cruiser in a couple of weeks. You two are nuts.
It was nothing. We can't afford to take forever getting used to a ship when we've got a troublemaker like you to bring home.
Just you wait. You'll be coming back to us. And I hope you're ready to be on cleaning duty until graduation as a penalty for worrying us so much.
If you think you can do it, go right ahead. You still got a long way to go before you can defeat me, but I ain't gonna complain if you actually pull it off.
Okay, time to get back to work. Your classmates must be waiting inside for you by now. You should go after them.
We'll get Valimar back on board the Courageous and keep watch here. You can count on that.
Ha! Good luck!
Thanks. We'll be back soon.
Stop right there! If it isn't the Northern Jaegers, step aside. Our business is with Duke Albarea, not with you.
Afraid that's not gonna happen. We have orders to take you into our custody, Usus Albarea.
And for our homeland of North Ambria, we intend to do just that.
North Ambria State? That's even farther up north than York. I know little about it, though, other than how virtually inhospitable it is.
Some things just don't change.
Sarah Valentine? I wasn't expecting to find you accompanying our target. I was aware that you made quite a name for yourself as a bracer by the name of Purple Lightning.
But I see the rumors about you becoming a teacher at that academy were also true.
Sarah.
So you know them, do you?
Yeah, afraid so. We go quite a ways back. I don't intend to tell you that what you're doing is wrong. There's no doubting that the money you raise is vital to the people back home. But right now, being an instructor to these kids comes first. And Erebonia, not North Ambria, is my home now. So I don't care who it saves. I'll show no mercy to anyone who dares to burn my home to the ground. I'll make damn sure you can never do anything like that ever again. So let's go. I'll take all of you on.
She might be tough. But do you honestly think you can fight us by yourself?
This is crazy. You can't fight a high-ranking corps like that by yourself.
It's too much for one person to do alone.
I won't allow it. We'll help.
Nuh-uh. I want you all to stand back and leave this to me. It's time for me to settle what I failed to do 6 years ago.
Still, very well.
It's time to make you regret turning your back on your homeland and leaving us.
Let me show you why I'm called the Purple Lightning. Off we go! Leave it to me!
Impossible!
Okay! I'm gonna slice you up!
Impossible!
My turn!
Impossible!
Okay, we're burning daylight!
What's going on?
How did you withstand all of that completely unbelievable? It looks like you've grown even stronger since your days in the Corps.
Well, is that all you got? Go on! Fight me! I can take it! So try your luck as long as you want!
You're serious.
Sarah, it's okay.
What's come over you?
I've had enough. I see no point in wasting any more time fighting with a wounded lioness.
This battle's dragged on long enough. I think this is time to walk away.
Our contract with the Kroitzen province is hereby complete.
Are you allowed to simply abandon your contracts like that?
We've worked enough for the money we've been paid. We're not in the business of doing unpaid overtime.
Farewell, Valestein.
We may meet again, but it won't be during this war.
I sure hope not.
We're withdrawing! Disperse! And make your way to the agreed location!
Yeah!
That could have gone a lot worse than it did.
Indeed, and it was all thanks to the complete and utter lack of sanity of our loving instructor.
Where do they get off calling me a wounded lioness anyway? I'll show them a lioness, the bastards. Still, I really wish you guys hadn't seen me that way. Didn't want you to know my background either, but not much I can do about that now, huh?
Indeed. I had a faint idea that might be the case, so you were just like Fee, huh?
Yep. Once upon a time, I was a Jaeger too. A member of the Northern Jaegers, to be exact. That was 6 years ago, before I became a bracer. During my time there, I ended up being saved by Colonel Beatrix. That was what led me to break out of the group.
Wow.
I knew about it already, but it wasn't my place to talk about it.
I guess you have your fair share of burdens to shoulder like the rest of us.
All this was a long, long time ago.
Are you alright?
You've contributed more than enough already. Leave the rest to us.
Okay. Maybe I went a little overboard in that fight. But you know what? It paid off. You won't need to worry about Jaegers on your way to the Duke now. He should still be somewhere in here. Find him, and do what we came to do.
Understood. And you stay right here and rest. We'll be back before you know it.
Let's go and find my father. I'll handle this.
Leave this to me! Take this! Now's our chance!
My turn!
I'll handle this. Know your place.
Now! Got you! Alright! Now!
my turn. Can you handle this?
Will do.
Let's move. Second floor. Damn! Now's our chance. There! You're finished!
Loss was never an option. A matter of course.
Exactly how it should be.
I did it!
It's my turn. Let's move.
My turn.
Wins. Let's move. Burn to ash. Fall! Now's our chance. There! You're finished!
My turn. Eliminating targets. Now.
I'll handle this. I shall fulfill my duty as a noble. Very well.
My turn. Burn to ash. Fall!
I'll handle this. Know your place.
This is it! Got it!
I'll handle it.
Leave it to me.
I'll handle it. Done. But the cube lacks left.
No complaints here.
I did it!
Enemy sighted. Here I go. Burn to ash. Fall! Now's our chance. There!
I'll handle it. Got it.
Very well.
All right. They're open!
You're done.
You're mine! They're open!
You're done.
Huh.
My turn. Too slow. Done. But the cube lacks left.
I did it!
A matter of course.
Done.
Very well, I will.
My turn! Burn to ash! Fall! Now! There! You're finished!
I'll handle it.
Very well. Be gone!
I'll handle it.
It's my turn!
Time is precious. We should hurry.
I've got it!
It's the fight they want. Here I go! Burn to ash! Fall! Now! There!
Okay. 1, 2. Cut! And done.
All right. Go, CO! They're open!
You're done!
My turn.
My turn.
My turn. That's the power of the 8 leaves. Yeah!
There's a treasure chest close by.
My turn. Burn to ash. Fall! Now! There!
My turn. 1, 2. Cut! And done. Now.
Very well. Know your place.
Now! Gotcha! It's my turn.
Okay. Done. We can't relax yet.
You're in my way.
Let's move.
Okay. Done. We can't relax yet.
go! Burn to ash! Fall!
My turn.
Very well.
Leave it to me.
They're open!
You're done! I'll handle it.
Here I go! Now! There!
My turn.
I'll handle it.
My turn!
It's my turn.
There!
Time is precious. We should hurry.
A matter of course.
No complaints here.
Hostile spotted.
Here I go! Burn to ash! Fall!
I'll handle it. 1, 2. And done. Got it. Let's get this over with.
Leave it to me! Handle this!
Very well.
Be gone!
I shall fulfill my duty as a noble.
Done.
I've got it!
Father's gone completely on the defensive now. But every defense has its flaws. We will find a way through.
That one's gonna be a problem. Careful. Hostile spotted. Beginning combat.
Here I go! Sit! Now's our chance! There!
My turn.
All right! They're open!
You're done!
Here I go! Now's our chance! There!
Lost with...
Must we really pass through here?
I spy with my little eye the goods.
My turn! Burn to ash! Fall!
I'll handle it. 1, 2... and death. Now!
My turn. Know your place. This is it!
Got you! It's my turn! There!
My turn. Done. We can't relax yet.
Great!
That one's gonna be a pain. Careful. I spy with my little eye the goods.
Very well.
Let's move! Burn to ash! Fall!
My turn. Now!
Here!
Very well.
Now! Got you! All right!
My turn. I shall fulfill my duty as a noble.
Exactly how it should be.
I might be a little too big for this.
My turn. Burn to ash. Fall! Now! There!
Precious, we should hurry.
A matter of course.
Oh, that treasure chest looks really nice.
Enemy sighted! Here I go! Burn to ash! Fall! Now's our chance! There!
I'll handle it.
It's my turn! They're open!
You're done!
This is it!
Too slow. Now. My turn. Here I go.
Here I go! Burn to ash! Fall! Now's our chance! There!
Okay. Here I go. Too slow. Got it. Let's get this over with.
Run! Leave it to me!
This is nothing.
Arcus, activate!
Okay. 1, 2. And done.
My turn! Now! There! You're finished! Curse you!
Loss was never an option.
Not with you on our side.
Success.
No complaints here.
I've got it!
Ba-dum. Ba-da-dum-bum. Ba-dum. Hostile spotted. Beginning combat.
Here I go! Burn to ash! Fall!
turn. Know your place.
Now! Gotcha! It's my turn!
Go, CO!
Okay. Eliminating targets. Done. We can't relax yet.
I did it!
That should suffice.
Made it!
You're cornered now, Father.
Duke Albarea, Ouroboros!
Oh, how nice it is to see you all again.
Long time no see. Where'd Purple Lightning go? Pretty sure I saw her with you when you entered the fortress.
She's downstairs. She can't make it, I'm afraid.
S was defeated. The Northern Jaegers left.
The Noble Alliance has completely turned its back on you. You have nowhere left to run, Father. Please, surrender with good grace.
There's nothing. Do you honestly think that excuses raising your own lands?
The market manager lost his life because of you.
Do you feel nothing for the suffering you caused the innocent people of Celtic?
We've talked enough. Let's get this done. Oh, aren't we overconfident? Do you honestly think it will be that simple? Lord Rufus may have chosen to abandon his father, but until we're told it is no longer necessary, we will fulfill the mission we have been given. I suggest you abandon all hope of victory, for we will be your opponents.
Nah, I'm good.
Excuse me?
Can't deny I'm a little interested in what that black-haired kid can do. But with the purple lightning missing in action, you can take this one on your own. See ya. Maybe next time we get a chance to fight, it'll be with someone that can take the heat.
Ah! He is unbelievable! This is why I hate working with him!
Your partner's not the most reliable one in Ouroboros now, is he?
So? You still intend to take us on even without him?
So, all think you can make a fool out of me, do you? Come forth! Vanguard F3! Sleipnir!
Archaisms?
They seem pretty well armored. It must be for defending bases.
We may have fought before, but that was a mere taste of what I'm truly capable of. I am the head knight of the Stormbringer, Jubilee the Swift, and I shall defeat every one of you!
Here she comes!
We'll be the ones defeating you.
Now, draw your weapons!
Here I go! Ah! My turn! Arcane Gale! Now! There!
Okay. Here I go.
It's my turn!
You're finished.
Full speed ahead!
Should have been paying attention.
My turn! Yeah! Let's move! Arcane Gale!
Not good enough!
Here I go! Yeah!
Thanks.
I'll handle this. Now's our chance. Don't let it pass!
Leave it to me! Here I go! Huh! go!
Let's move! Arcane! Gear! Now's our chance!
Too slow.
Very well.
Here we go! Arcane! Gear!
How are you still standing?
Leave it to me.
Sorry, can you handle this?
I would try at least. Keep it up, everyone!
Okay. Good luck.
No problem.
Arcus activate!
Try and see through this.
Curse you.
Let's move! Arcane! Gear!
Not good enough.
Very well. Now's our chance. Don't let it pass.
Good! Let's move! Here goes! Overdrive! Let's move! Now! Let's go, everyone! Very right!
Leave it to me!
I'll handle this.
My turn! Now! There! No, you don't!
Well, shall we?
I'm sorry, everyone.
My turn! Gather on my blade!
Right.
Thanks.
My turn. This is it.
Got you!
Your end is sure.
Saber!
I shall fulfill my duty as a noble.
Great!
That should suffice.
Done.
I'm just getting started.
Yes! I've got it!
Target rendered powerless.
We did it. Although, she did seem oddly tired.
Ugh. First I disgrace myself in Crossbell, and now here. How am I to face my illustrious lord who told me to serve as witness here now?
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but...
Now, nothing stands in our way.
You've nowhere left to run, Father.
Girl? You seem to have greatly misconstrued my reason for being here. The mission assigned to me was to come and watch this fortress fall. No one ever said anything about protecting you. Very much so. Those were Duke Cayenne and Lord Rufus's orders, you see. Besides, my lord would never forgive the odious crimes you have committed. And quite frankly, neither can I. You should be weeping with gratitude I haven't taken my sword to you myself.
There she goes.
Go on. The rest is for you to carry out.
I'm well aware. Father... No. Your Grace Duke Helmut Albarea, you are hereby under arrest on suspicion of arson and property damage in Keldic, as well as causing harm to the people of Kreutzen. Please, do not attempt to resist.
Wow, that must have been tough. Oh, okay.
Now that's damned impressive. It must be over 2,000 arch tall.
Never thought I'd come face to face with something that big in my lifetime.
Life's just full of surprises.
Oh, this is the very essence of beauty. So this is the fruit of the Azure Zero project, a testament to the power of human obsession.
Looks like everything did go according to plan. Not that any other outcome was ever a possibility with my illustrious lord lending a hand.
So that showed up as a result of that phantasmal blaze plan of yours? And you're planning on spawning something like that over here, too?
That we are. What you see before you is a miracle born of human hands, made manifest by the Zero Child. The end of the second movement is finally nigh. Let the preparations begin. This story's finale is bound to be one to remember.
things up. Wonder if it'll go how she and Campanella wanted to, though.
No idea all this existed right under the palace. Cayenne, can I ask exactly where we're going?
There is no need to look so concerned, Your Highness. The place we are traveling to is to the center of this city. No, this country. And a place that governs a great power. It is where everything both ends and begins.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Please, be careful of your footing. If you were to fall off the platform, you most assuredly would go splat and die.
Now, it won't do to frighten him, and I must say, I don't recall doing so ever being part of your duties.
Pardon me, I believe we're almost there.
I've been waiting for you.
Vida Clotilde? The opera singer? What are you doing in a place like this?
Greetings, witch. I see that tree emerged successfully.
It certainly did. All that remains now is to continue the preparations here. However, let me remind you that under no circumstance...
If you would, spare me. You've made yourself perfectly clear on occasions past. I am hardly enough of a fool to attempt to defy commands from a witch.
What are the two of you talking about, and why did you bring me here?
Patience, Your Highness. All will be clear in due time. Oh my, could this be it?
What is that thing? What's this feeling?
Marvelous! Marvelous! This is the legendary demon said to wield 1,000 weapons, the Crimson Calamity, which was sealed away by Saint Sandlot and Dragons 250 years ago, and a fragment of the great power. The Vermilion Testarossa!